So good luck to you on that, man. That would be awesome. What's it going to take you to get into Duke University?
Keep working, don't give up, push through, and then just gotta keep training and play Bright.
I want to ask you another question that none of you are expecting or prepared for. How important are your grades to Coach Bright?
Big.
Yeah, your eyes got huge. It's big, huh? And I'm going to tell you, that's what it takes to get to Duke University. You got to be a great student, a great athlete, and a great attitude. So, man, Coach, talk about grades and the importance.
Yes, indeed, and yeah, because that's why I looked at them like I did. We talked about grades and being in the classroom and being, presentable, and when you even mentioned grades, me and Pops out there raised our hair like that's something. Not even myself, like I said, he got a great support system, and if his grades ain't up to par, he ain't playing no Joe Bright basketball. He probably ain't gonna be thinking about no Duke. But no, but with him, he always had been that great student in the classroom and out the classroom. So, but we, no matter if he was, Coach Bright's still on him. Even if it's a little B, or even like when he went to school with me, sometimes he had hard times getting into the classroom just from the car. And we this is the time now. When we had them conversations, this is the time now. Like just in college, you got to get up and run track at 5 in the morning,
right.
And that coach gonna expect you to be there at 4:45, not 5 o'clock.
Yeah, on time is late.
Yes, indeed.
That's right. Let's talk about the Nike basketball camp.
Yes, indeed. The Nike basketball camp is June 12th through the 16th. It's gonna be a week long, and I feel like this one's gonna be really good. I know people say that just to get kids in there, but I feel like with our time away that 1 year, and then with me and Coach Stoker. Coming back together with new ideas on how to, impact the camp, and the coaches that we do, Gap from Trey Pickney, coming all the way from Houston, who was at my basketball camp, and the kids that they loved them. But we just, for a whole week from 9 to 3, we just gonna try to teach the game the right way, make sure that the kids is getting an intensified camp where they, by the time they leave, they can take home from what they learned at camp, but at the same time feel and understand what they learned at camp.
Yeah, absolutely. So how does somebody go about finding out about the camp, registering, and all that?
You can register at ussportscamp.com. Also, at the ussportscamp.com, it's a way that they can do like a half payment. If anybody needed to do a half payment, you can call 1-800-NIKE. And they'll walk you through the payment process on how you can make a payment now, and then later, if anybody wanted to do that. I know I had a couple parents ask and reach out on that end. Also, if there's any organizations or sports leagues or anything like that, if we can come up with a group of like 6 or 5 kids together, it don't really have to say so much be a sports league, but if it's a large group that would like to come and participate in the camp, and if we get about 5 or 6 or even more, we can also take off $30 off for each kid, each individual, to help out the families or the organization.
How important is it to have Nike behind you on this?
Honestly, I feel like it's very important. It gives the kids the opportunity, because when I had my camp, I felt like it was great, and but with me working with Nike, I just see the difference of the impact of the resources that they send. Like the kids, they get Nike basketballs, Nike shirts, Nike wristbands. We are able on the last day of Friday giving them an evaluation sheet of each kid that's in the camp, where we can send them home with something that they can read with their parents or their basketball trainers or their coaches, where they can get better at. Yeah. So that's why I feel like it's bigger than a regular camp. Coach Stoker do a great job of getting the kids. How would I say, like ready during our warm-ups and stuff like that, because even when I first started with Nike and when Coach Stoker came, I was tired the first day by the time I got done, because it was just like, whoa, this is intensified, this is high level, but it's detailed, and we ain't just going through it.
I've got to ask you a question. I've meant to ask you this before, and this is just because calling Howard College basketball on the radio like I've done for a number of years now, there's just this feeling you get when you go to play Odessa College, when you play at Odessa College. Joe, what is it like to throw down a power dunk against Odessa College?
It's crazy that he asked me this. I don't think it's Odessa. it's the best feeling. I still remember it to this day.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yes,
I would imagine so.
Yes, those would be great battles too. Odessa was one of our tough opponents. It was like looking in the mirror going against Odessa back in the day.
They have always been such a rival for us. And even when one of the teams, whether Howard or Odessa, was kind of having an off year, both teams found a way to play up.
Yes,
I mean, there has never been a blow-off game between Odessa and Howard that I'm aware of. And so that's the kind of basketball you got to be ready for, Jonah. Every time you step out onto the court, you've got to be prepared to battle like you're playing Odessa College or University of North Carolina if you're at Duke, So, there's that mentality that I know Coach Bright is teaching you.
Yes, it is. We talk about 1% a lot. Just being that 1% of, like you said, being tired, being sore. Me and Jonah, we probably work out Monday through Friday, if not Monday through Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
And I don't even honestly have to contact him. He contact me, and we just talk about the ones who not working, and just think about yourself when you're working. Just be that 1%.
Yep, absolutely. Jonah, thank you so much for coming on to the show. I can tell just from visiting with you, from your reactions, your yes sirs, your politeness, your kindness, that you are going to be very successful at whatever you do in life. And I do believe that that's going to have a long run in basketball for you, and then whatever else it is you want to do in life. Coach Bright, I thank you for what you're doing for the kids of our community. There is no more important job than bringing our kids up to be strong citizens and productive members of our society. There is no bigger job in the world.
Yes, indeed.
So, Coach, I'm proud of you for being one of those guys that is a mentor and a role model. And I know, just looking at the way Jonah reacts around you, he thinks of you that way. So, Jonah, you're an all right guy. I appreciate you, man. Now you know what the bad news is? You got to go back to school. You got to go back to school. But I'm going to play you a song, Jonah, because Chris Young and Kane Brown, they wrote a song about you. I don't know if you knew this. It's a country song. It's called Famous Friends, because they know you're going to be famous. You're listening to Kbest